Hey there. Just got home literally just a couple minutes ago from a long drive, kind of an emotional day, kind of tiring day. Just took my kids back to the western suburbs of Chicago, where their mama was picking them up and driving them the rest of the way home. It was a round trip drive of, I don't know, just over 400 miles. One I've gotten quite accustomed to over the last month and a half. One I feel fortunate to be taking, honestly, because we're in the process of working out appropriate parenting time, I guess. But I'll tell you, it was a long drive for me. I'm sure a long drive for them. I'm sure a long drive for their mama. Just got home, and I'm taking down Edie's tent. Hello, Julie Flanagan. Which is kind of bittersweet for me because it's nice to have the apartment back, I guess, and my house back to clean or whatever, but I was spoiled the last, I don't know, 48 hours or 60 hours or whatever it was, having Augie and Eve at home. But anyway, on the drive back, I thought of several things I wanted to discuss with you. Or just some random thoughts I had. When you're stuck staring at the highway for several hours, the sounds of the kids in back for half of it, but they were sleeping a fair amount. You have a long time to talk, or to think, excuse me. I had several thoughts. I don't know if I want to get started with them till I break this all the way down. But what the heck? First thought, and I'll just kind of talk and work while I'm doing it. So anyone, I posted videos about these little pop-up tents. This is how hard it is to take them down, for anyone kind of curious. They come with 4 little tent rods, and not little tent rods, but those kind of fold-upable poles they use on, I hate to call them modern tents, but when I was a kid, we had almost the prehistoric sort of tents, not all the way back to the canvas with, the Army canvas that you'd see in like shows like MASH. But anyone of a certain age probably knows what I'm talking about. Certainly a lot different tents that we have today, with a lot easier assembly and breaking down. I remember some long and frustrating assembly of the campsite when I was a kid, when the parents and I and my brothers and sister would go. And it's a heck of a lot easier now. But either way, let me just take care of this, and maybe I'll get with you. But again, it was one of those tough days. It was Sunday afternoon. I knew I had a long drive ahead of me. Was sad to have my kids leaving, to be honest with you. And I feel there's a lot unfinalized in my life right now. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been working on going through some turmoils at work or with my career or with my job. As I've talked about here, I had 2 jobs, left one for another, lost that one, so was left with no jobs. Realized I needed to get employment very quickly. Found 2 other jobs that I think maybe could be a decent replacement, but not totally sure yet. The proof will be in the pudding over the coming weeks. And then combined with some kind of up in the air parenting time issues that we're going through, and a lot of divorced couples do. I don't feel I'm unique to these struggles, but my issues certainly seem a little unique to me. And, but anyway, I kind of found myself reaching out to friends, wondering, what do I do? How come I don't know what to do? What answers? You know, what should I, you know, even praying a little bit on the drive today, looking for answers. Hold on, I'll leave you with that. Again, praying, looking for answers. And honestly, God didn't come up with any answer for me. But one thing I did kind of realize, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna get myself my last Bud Zero. I've had a Bud Zero sitting in this fridge for probably over a month. On the ride back, I was thinking how good it would taste. So I'm gonna pop it right now. Oh. Hello, Joe Turner. Hello, Undersky. Hello, Fred Hinkle. But anyway, I was praying, hoping for some awesome answer, God to speak and tell me exactly what I need to do. And really all I heard were crickets, or the sound of the road going underneath my car. And then, somewhere along the last 7 hours of driving, I kind of realized God's answers don't always come at the exact time we'd like them to. And God's timing isn't necessarily our timing, or doesn't work on the same schedule, you know, that this is harder to do with an audience. Tell you what, it worked a lot better this morning. Let me try again. But anyway, my point was, God's schedule isn't always ours. And the answers we so desperately think we need or deserve or want sometimes take a little longer to come to us. And just feeling that thought made me feel a little better. That I didn't need necessarily, this is really hard to do without putting it down, need all the answers today. And that if I keep going forward and keep having a positive attitude and keep kicking ass at work as a dad, physically, spiritually, mentally for myself, that the answers would come as needed or when they were supposed to. And again, I think a lot of times we want the answers today, we want the solution, and we want to figure out what's going on. But life doesn't work that way. And I think just recognizing that, I know made me feel a heck of a lot better. We'll bring you over now that I put this away and have a seat as I finish my beer. Took some notes. I actually wrote, I didn't write, but I used the Notes app on my phone. As thoughts popped in my head, I opened up that app. Hold on, I'm gonna throw this in the closet where it belongs. For anyone wondering what it was, what this is, it's the privacy pop-up tent. I think they're like 70, 80 bucks on Amazon. I'm coming back. Wow, the house feels so empty now. So quiet. Not as filled with fun, excitement, and joy, but try my best to enjoy a quiet night at home. What else did I think of on my ride? Holy crap, the Kia Soul gets wonderful gas mileage. On the ride down, I actually took a picture of the, whatever it's called, all the gauges, and it shows on the trip how many miles per gallon you're getting. And I was averaging 39 or 40 miles a gallon on a gas car. I bought this Kia Soul about 10 months ago. Didn't know you could buy a car for 20 grand. Needed one, was excited to get one, and have just really enjoyed the experience of having, for me, a bigger car. I've usually had sedans or even sports cars in the past. Never had a SUV or a hatch, or whatever this is called, the Kia Soul, but really liking its functionality. And I'll tell you what, getting 40 miles to the gallon is awesome. It's awesome. While we're talking about the Kia Soul, I discovered on the ride to pick up the kids on Friday that they have something on new cars, like the steering assist. It's not like Tesla's doing or Elon Musk is doing with the no driver cars, but it's almost the same thing. And I don't know if it's making my driving safer, because I'm willing to take my hands off the steering wheel and just let the sensors determine if I'm driving in the lane or not, which I don't know how they do, but they handle minor adjustments. They can even handle real gentle curves as well. Maybe they can handle extreme curves. I wouldn't trust it, but I was really blown away with how cool it was. You know, you got the cruise control set and you have the steering assist set up for you. I don't know. I guess as long as the car in front of you doesn't stop or you don't hit a drastic turn, you're okay. But again, I think caution is the key word in that. But I was impressed with the steering assist on it. One more thought. Oh, I may have a swig of my beer. I'll tell you what, even with no alcohol in there, I don't know, something about the taste feels like, and this is going to be horrible, I do half my videos are about sobriety and not drinking, but seriously, something about rewarding myself a long and emotional day with a cold beer at the end of the day, even a non-alcoholic one, feels real good. Yeah, Mike, I'm not drinking coffee. I wouldn't be above it. I just didn't have a taste for it, and thought quenching my thirst with this would be really nice, so I did. The last thing I think I have for you, I mean, I'll talk more. I'm going to actually probably hop on live. For anyone that's been watching me lately, I've been reading 2 chapters of the Bible each night, and I hadn't done it the last 2 days because I had my little ones, and I will tell you what, my son Augie is not super excited to go to bed at night. He's just excited to be here and to be playing around and turning light switches on and off and shutting doors and, I don't know, just being a little boy. And there was just no way I could read and take a moment. I couldn't get him to sleep till I was in bed, and eventually the only way I could get him to sleep was sleep with me. And I don't know, he's got Down syndrome, for anyone that doesn't know. I don't know why, but I think it definitely affects their sleeping habits. And I don't know, I've never had another son, but he is a wiggler in bed, and he kicks and he moves around and he thrashes. And I just don't think if I would have had, I have 3 other kids that are all girls, so maybe it's a boy thing, maybe it's a Down syndrome thing, I don't know. But boy, he wiggles around and kicks me a lot, and sometimes he'll wiggle off the bed. So I had to keep an eye on him. I don't know what my point was. Oh, I couldn't do my Bible reading, so I will be tonight. But my last thing I wanted to bring up is, are you guys on Facebook? Facebook seems to have changed dramatically. And I don't know how recently, I haven't been on it as much as I was, but I got on there in like 2008 or something like that. Somebody told me it'd be a great way to share pictures of my kids with other, you know, friends and family around the world or country or whatever. So I thought it was real neat. And I dove into it and I loved it. And I used to see if I got on Facebook that, you know, I'd see all my friends' postings. You know, it'd just be friend posting after friend posting, and I'd get to see other people's kids' pictures or what they're doing or this or that or their thoughts on the Bears game or what have you. But it's changed a lot in the last year or two. You know, again, I don't know how long it's been, but I would say, and I'm probably exaggerating, but 80–90% of the posts are ads or sponsored posts by, you know, a lot of them are things that I've liked or been interested in. Like I'll get a lot of Yellowstone postings, or I'll get some Big Ten postings keeping me up to date on sports or what have you. But they're not, right, Julie? I mean, I have to go 10 deep to find any friends' postings on anything. And it's just so weird. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad or a bad business decision on their part, but it used to be, you know, 90%, 95% posting by your friends, and every once in a while you'd see an ad. But now, the commercials, AKA the ads, are most of the stuff you see posted on Facebook these days. And I was wondering if I've done something or screwed up the settings somehow to change the mix of posts I saw, but I don't think so. And again, I was almost thinking it was broken because I'm scanning going, okay, Big Ten, okay, Yellowstone, okay, scooter post, okay, something, and it just kept going. And then I said, oh, there's a human being with a human being's posts about their kids or whatever. And it seems the change is so dramatic, and the business model was so successful before. I don't know. I just don't know how it would appeal to anybody for too long. And yeah, like I said, a lot of them will be like Big Ten sports, and I went to Illinois, and I'm a college football fan or what have you. But so some of the posts are still interesting to me, but they're not at all posts of friends or family members, and I see so few of those. Honestly, I was wondering a little bit. I used to get like hundreds of likes on my posts. It doesn't seem like it is anymore. Even like cute pictures of Augie. I posted this beautiful picture of Augie sleeping the other day. It got 30 some likes, but I think in years past it would have got like 200. And I'm just kind of guessing that they are being a lot more stingy in sharing the posts of friends and family because they're not directly being compensated. Facebook, I mean, for posting that. And I just thought it was shocking. It took me 10 flips through to find a human being's post that I knew. And I honestly, I didn't even know who that human being was. I wonder why, you know, I as a realtor, I used to collect Facebook friends as I don't know, more the merrier. And I took someone off my list today that was connected to a job that I recently lost. And just thinking of this woman kind of made me feel a little bitter. Not that it was really her fault. Not that it was really her fault. But I could put some blame on her. And just thinking of her, I'm going, do I really need this person in my life that just every once in a while I'll see their name pop up and it'll remind me of a bitter experience? And I thought, no, I don't. So I'm wondering if, as far as Facebook goes, maybe less is more. And I'm not saying that, but it was just a thought bouncing through my head tonight. Packers are playing. Stank Nasty said, I don't know anything about that. I don't know who they're playing. I know the Bears were on. on my ride up, and they were winning 16-14 when I last saw. I'm not sure who the Packers are playing. Maybe they'll rebound from last week's heartbreaking loss to the Cleveland Browns. I had friends that claimed they were sick actually the next day. They claimed they were tired from moving the days prior. But I think they were sick because the Cleveland Browns stole the game from the Green Bay Packers, and it upset these Packers fans. It's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, but anyway, yeah, no, people are crazy about that. Oh, I have another couple of comments. Drinking alcohol. Holy smokes. First of all, I had an awesome weekend with my kids. You don't realize, at least I was a fairly consistent everyday drinker, and maybe a lot of us are, maybe it was just me. I'm sure it wasn't just me, but maybe most of us aren't, and maybe most of us are okay with drinking. But I had my kids this weekend, and I was excited because I thought the farmer's market, I live in Appleton, Wisconsin, which has a huge farmer's market on Saturday mornings during the summer and early fall, I guess. And I was excited to take my kids out and walk around the farmer's market. And I packed up our wagon and got my kids in it and went out. And I heard like this loud music playing. And I'm one block from the main drag in Appleton, Wisconsin. And there were stages set up and there were booths set up from one side of town to the next. Again, it was an hour long, or not an hour long, about a mile long strip. And it was like 10:15 in the morning and there were people already walking around with beers. And it turned out what was going on was Oktoberfest here in Appleton, which is apparently a big event. I think any excuse to drink in Wisconsin's a good excuse, and believe me, there were times in my life I thought so too. But it was just so weird strolling through and seeing, I don't know, over 50% of the people with a beer cup in their hand walking around. And even when I was driving home tonight, I was driving by through a neighborhood and some of the houses looked appealing. And I was thinking, oh, you know, those houses look nice. Maybe I'm not as excited because now I'm 57, and when I was in my house buying mood, maybe it was 20 years ago, and we had young kids. But I'm not sure it's that. I almost think life, it's hard to imagine life without alcohol just because it was such a big part of everything I did. And if I looked at a home before, and I was a realtor 17 years, but if I looked at a home, I saw a basement or a family room or a great room or whatever, I pictured having parties or sitting on the back deck drinking beer or whatever. And it always revolved around that. It was so much of my life. And to have that gone, and I mean, I don't think I miss it, but just to have it gone forces you to take a look at life a little differently. And I certainly have been the last few years. So yeah, it's Sunday night. It's a beautiful day. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm going to probably open up the Bible in about an hour or so and go live just for a little reading of it. Get back on that habit. I think it's a good one, knocking off 2 chapters a day of the Bible, although it's very hard reading the Old Testament. But I'm going to keep plugging along and read a couple chapters tonight. So if you're available and you're not watching the Packer game, and if you, either way, I post all my videos here on YouTube as well as Spotify. So if you want to, I don't know, hear me, watch me, read a couple chapters of the Old Testament, I'll be doing it live in probably about an hour or so. And again, you can find it taped on various social media. So one more sip of my Bud Zero. Oh. I just wanted to hop on live. I missed this morning. Was kind of hanging out with my little ones and enjoying the last little bit I had with them before our long drive today. But I did want to hop on tonight and I don't know, share a couple thoughts and share a few sips of my beer. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well and you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend and you're excited about your week. You're excited about your Sunday night. Maybe you're excited about the Packers game. You're excited about throwing your feet up and getting in your PJs, taking a hot bath, having a glass of wine, having a nice dinner with family, doing whatever you do. Hope you're feeling excited and hope you're loving yourself and I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.